Hello, everyone. Welcome to my video. And there's also a written transcript on my website of this recording. Today, I want to speak to you about heaven and hell. As a spiritual person on a journey, I'm sure each and every one of you have at some time wondered, what is heaven and what is hell? And you may have already made up your mind. You may have a preconceived idea of what this is, and that's fine. Everyone is entitled to their own ideas and what they come up with, their own point of view. And heaven and hell are both a level of consciousness, a vibrational frequency, a dimensional field. Heaven is attaining the Christ consciousness, the fifth dimensional level of awareness. Heaven is the octave of the goddess. And we all have the power within us to create our own heaven or our own hell on earth. And we do that day by day. It's the choices we make. Whatever our free will gives us the right to make a choice. And whatever choice we make, whether it comes from the heart or whether that choice comes from the ego or a negative energy, that is our heaven or hell. Our lives can be absolutely wonderful. We can flow along smoothly, no hurdles. All we need to do is come from the heart and trust in our higher power, our higher self. When we create our hell, that is when we disregard our higher self and we choose our own way to go. We resist the urging of our soul. We resist spirit. We resist the light. And then our light grows dim. And we exist in a state of a lower dimensional vibration, which can be said to be hell. So we all have that power. I just like to quote beautiful being of light, Matthew Ward, who gives us wonderful messages through his mother. And he says, there is no heaven as a placement, nor a hell as such. What people on earth refer to as heaven and hell actually are their approaches to situations wherever they are and what each individual manifests as the circumstances of his life. Heaven and hell are right here on earth, yes, and neither, as perceived there, meaning here on earth, is in this spirit realm, meaning the higher vibrations. And so that is just a part of what he said. The full explanation that he gives is in the written transcript. Now, so we have the ability to create our own heaven here. So, and that is the fifth dimensional level. So what happens when we die? What happens to our soul? Where does it go? And I'm sure that's what most people want to know. When our physical body is done and we are free of it, we leave this plane. We leave this earth and we go to what is considered the astral plane. The astral plane is a non-physical level of existence. And within that area or that plane are many planes and subplanes. And so the soul creates its own afterlife while here on earth. Whatever we do, whatever level that we reach, level of awareness, our level of consciousness that we reach while in the physical is the afterlife that we will experience once we drop our physical body. And there are different levels there, but there's much assistance there. Once we get there, there's angels, many angels that will help us learn, they'll help us raise our vibration. And if it's really, really low, then they'll do the work and help us so that we can raise it to at least the fourth and go to nirvana, which is the fourth dimension. And that being Matthew that I quoted, he is the main operator there in nirvana. He works there to help souls who have transitioned from the physical into the spiritual. And in nirvana, and I believe I've spoken about this before, there are healing and learning temples where we can learn and grow and heal if we've had a traumatic life and move on. And it is there that we can raise our vibration to the level of the fifth, which is what is required before we can go home to our star families and our home in the galaxy or the universe, wherever. So it's all about choices. We have so much help. And it's very, very, very important to remember that no soul will be left behind. Every soul has the opportunity to go to the light. And if they've lived a very life that we consider bad, then they will need a lot of help. But if they are willing, they will get that help. And that will raise their vibration. Their light sometimes is so dim when they reach the astral plane that they can't move forward because they're stuck there until they can raise it. And there's lots of beings there that will help them do that. No soul is ever abandoned. There's always the opportunity to go to the light. So I'm just going to have a look and make sure I didn't. Now, one of the reasons why it's so important to raise our vibrational field, our vibrational level of awareness, is because it's a matter of physics. There's no punishment. It's simply physics. We have to, are required to, it can happen no other way. We have to exist in the vibrational frequency that we have created here. So if we just cannot move into a higher vibrational frequency if we're vibrating at a lower one. It's not possible. So that's why we have to raise our vibration up. And we do have the help for that. No one is ever left behind. And it's not difficult while we're here to create that afterlife that we want, to create our heaven. It's simply a matter of coming from the heart, coming from kindness, coming from love and compassion. We don't have to go into the negative. We just need to learn to manage the ego and come from the higher vibrations. So heaven and hell are not something to fear. Hell isn't a terrible place to go. It's just what we create with our choices. And we have the power to make the right choice simply when we come from the heart. And I hope that's helpful. That's it for now. Bye-bye.